Telegram notifications in Home Assistant are already really useful, but with a little more effort, you can take them a step further. In this video, I'll show you how to send camera snapshots and video clips straight to Telegram so that you get instant visual context whenever motion is detected by your security cameras. Hey everyone, my name's Simon and welcome back to Byte of Geek, a channel that's all about Home Assistant and smart home technology. I've done a couple of videos recently using Telegram with Home Assistant and the response to those has been really good. A lot of you have been asking for ideas on how to use Telegram in more practical ways, and quite a few people also asked how I was sending images through from my Reolink TrackFlex floodlight camera when I reviewed that on the channel. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through setting up two simple but really powerful automations, one to send image snapshots and another to send actual video footage from your security cameras straight through to Telegram. So if you want more than just a text message to alert you when motion is detected, then what I'm going to go through now is showing you how to set up an automation to send you a quick image snapshot so that you can see what triggered your security camera. First off, you need to make sure you have the Telegram integration installed in Home Assistant. I've done a video about this on the channel recently and I'll put a link to that in the description of this video if you need to set it up. But at this point, I'm assuming you've got it all up and running and you've been able to send through a simple text notification. So in Home Assistant, we need to go into Settings and Automations, and then we want to click on the Create Automation button in the bottom right corner of the screen. When the pop-up appears, simply click on the Create New Automation option. And first of all, we need to add a trigger. So what is going to cause our automation to fire? So click on Add Trigger, and then this trigger is going to be caused by a device, and that is going to be our camera. So click on device on the left and then click on device option on the right. You should now have a screen like this. So click on the device selector on the right side of the screen and in the search box, type in the camera you want to have record the snapshot. I'm going to choose the excellent Reolink TrackFlex floodlight that I've just reviewed on the channel. And once selected, you want to ensure that the trigger is set to motion started detected motion. You can also specify a duration for this. So if you want to have it detect motion for say 10 seconds before it fires the trigger, you can simply enter that here, but I'm going to leave it as the default and therefore it will fire instantly when motion is detected. Now we need to go to the Then Do section and click on Add Action, and in the pop-up we need to search for Camera Take Snapshot. Select that, and then in the right hand panel we need to select the camera. Click on Add Target and then search for your camera, and if you've got a camera with multiple lenses then you might have multiple cameras listed here. As you can see, the TrackFlex floodlight has a standard and a telephoto lens, and I can choose either of those at this point. Once you've selected the camera, you then need to specify the file name for the snapshot. I'm going to put it into the config www folder. This stores various things and seems to be easily accessible by integrations. So type /config/www followed by the file name you want to save it as. So I'm using reolink_snapshot.jpg, but just be aware that the automation will overwrite that file every time a snapshot is created. Then we need to send this image to Telegram. So click on the Add Action and this time search for Telegram Send Photo and then select that. On the right side of the screen, we now need to specify our Telegram bot. So click on the checkbox next to Config Entry ID and in the integration, just select your bot. If nothing shows up here, then you haven't set up the Telegram integration properly. Then just a little further down the screen, we have the file option. Click the checkbox next to that and enter the file name where you stored the image from the previous action. In my case, I'm just pasting in what I previously entered. If you want a caption with your image, then just click on the checkbox and enter that as well. I'm going to have motion alert from a rear garden camera, and then you have target. Now I'm leaving this unchecked, and as a default it will just use the chat ID you set up for the bot. You could, however, if you had family members who had Telegram set up, have their ID in here as well. Once you've done all of that, then just click save and give your automation a name. Now, as you can see on my Telegram bot, I currently have the previous image notifications listed, and when I now go in front of the camera, it will now fire that automation, and sure enough, we now have the new image appear. So that's the images all set up, but what if you wanted to get some actual video footage sent through instead? Well, we're going to set that up now. Setting up video notifications is very similar to the image-based ones. So we need to go into settings and automations, and then we want to click on the create automation button in the bottom right corner of the screen. When the pop-up appears, simply click on the create new automation option, and we first need to add a trigger. So click on add trigger, and again this trigger is going to be caused by our camera. Click on device on the left and then click on the device option on the right. Click on the device selector on the right side of the screen, and in the search box type in the camera you want to have record video footage. Again, I'm going to choose the Reolink TrackFlex floodlight camera, and once selected you want to ensure that the trigger is motion started detecting motion. Just as it was for the image snapshot, you can also specify to have it detect motion for a period of time before it fires the trigger. But as before, I'm going to leave it as the default so that it fires the moment motion is detected. Now we need to go to the then do section and click on add action. And in the pop-up, we need to search for camera record. Select that, and then in the right-hand panel, we need to select the camera. So click on add target and then search for your camera. Once you've done that, you then need to specify the file name for the video footage. I'm going to put it into the config www folder, the same location I set the image snapshot as. So type /config/www/ and then we also need the file name. So I'm using reolink_reargarden.mp4, and the same note applies as it did for the image snapshot, in that this will be overwritten every time it's generated. I'm leaving the duration as the default 30 seconds, but just configure that to your requirements. Obviously, the longer it is, the bigger the file is. So if you haven't got much space on your Home Assistant machine, then just be mindful of that. Finally, I'm leaving look back checked. This will add a little bit extra footage from before the event that caused the trigger to happen. Now we need to send this footage to Telegram, so click on add action and this time search for Telegram send video and then select that. On the right side of the screen we now need to specify our Telegram bot, so click the checkbox next to config entry ID and in the integration just select your bot. Then just a little further down the screen we have the file option. Click the checkbox next to that and enter the details of where you said you were storing the video footage that you entered in the previous action. As a reminder, this is what I entered. If you want a caption with the footage, just click on the checkbox and then type that in. I'm going to have something different to the image, so motion detected from rear garden. Next, you've got the target, and again, I'm leaving this unchecked so that it uses the default chat ID that I've got set up for the bot. Once you've done all of that, then you can click on save and give your automation a name. So now back to my Telegram bot, and as you can see, there's my previous snapshot from the image automation, and with a bit of moving around in the garden, and a few seconds later, I get the video footage come through as well, and I can view that full screen if I want. If you don't need a full 30-second clip, then obviously you can shorten that, and that will obviously make the automation send it over to Telegram a lot quicker. So just adjust the settings according to your needs. But after a bit more shuffling around in the garden, I've now triggered another motion event and a second video clip has now been sent over to my Telegram bot. So that's how you set up Home Assistant to send either an image snapshot or video footage from your security cameras through to Telegram. Let me know in the comments below what you think of it, or if you have any questions about it, then drop them down below and I'll try and answer them for you. If you found this video helpful, then don't forget to like and subscribe for more smart home content. But as always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.